Vapologist here with a review of the ARIZER AIR. The ARIZER AIR is a new design, but it's based on the legendary ARIZER Solo, which has been at the top of our portable list for years. The AIR adds a few new features in addition to the same reliable heater, like silicone sleeve, a replaceable battery, which is really nice, a faster heat up time, an optimized heater, which we think just means a more accurate thermostat, and all in a much smaller size. Will it live up to the lofty reputation of the Solo? Let's find out. The AIR comes with a vaporizer, of course, a silicone sleeve, a poker tool, AC charging cable, belt clip, two glass stems, one that's slightly longer than the other. The shorter one does have a screw-on plastic mouthpiece, which eliminates the all-glass air path on that one. And then there's this potpourri thing, which we're not going to talk about today. ARIZER, who is from Canada, is definitely known for high-quality vaporizers. The Solo, the Extreme Q, the V-Tower are all excellent vapes. And the AIR seems to be another rock-solid design. It's definitely heavy. It feels really well made. It's got a mostly aluminum shell. The area around the heater that's vented looks to be plastic. And it's got the same heater concept, again, as we mentioned, as the Solo. It's slightly taller, but much more slender. Here's the power port, which isn't USB, and we definitely wish it was. The replaceable 18650 battery in the bottom cap is still accessible with the sleeve on, which is nice. The top cap keeps things out of the heater compartment. And of course, it's got the all-glass stems. The shorter stem, as we mentioned, has this screw-on mouthpiece. It feels more comfortable, but if you need all glass, you're going to go with the longer stem for sure. The connection for the glass stems in the vaporizer is much more secure than the Solo. It feels as if there's two rings you have to pass through instead of just one. The silicone sleeve is a great addition, but I'm not sure if it's necessarily for protection or to protect you against the heat. It's odd that the silicone sleeve doesn't have holes over the vented area because obviously it's trying to get rid of heat here, and the silicone sleeve is going to prevent that. Functionally, the AIR works very similar to the Solo. You load your herbs into the end of the glass stem, fully loaded but not too tight or you're going to restrict your airflow and you don't want to do that. Remove the top cap and insert with gentle force into the unit. Okay, it's ready to go. Hold the power button for a few seconds and wait for it to beep when it turns on. Then adjust your temperature as needed. We like it a little warm, but with 5 different temperature settings you should be good. It's not as many as the 7 different settings the Solo had, but I think ARIZER realized that 5 settings was definitely good enough. The first level is at 356 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius, and the top level, level 5, is 410 degrees Fahrenheit and 210 degrees Celsius. It's nice that they put the magical zone of 374 degrees at level 2, which gives you 3 more zones in case you want to use some concentrates in the stem. Okay, so you set your temperature, and when the blinking light turns solid, you're good to go. This takes about a minute, which we have obviously sped up here. The taste in the ARIZER AIR is absolutely true to form. There was absolutely no flavor from the unit. All we tasted were our herbs, and they tasted perfect. A lot of vapes need a break-in period. Not this one. We're also really happy that the airflow has been increased compared to that of the Solo. You still have to draw a little slowly, but it's definitely much better. You probably won't get huge clouds from the air because you end up taking such long hits that by the time you've exhaled, your lungs have really absorbed all the vapor. And that's definitely a good thing. We're not cloud chasers around here. We want to make sure our lungs absorb everything. ARIZER's design is definitely among the industry's best when it comes to flavor transfer. The downside is that the glass is fragile and easily broken, but on the upside, if you do take care of it, it could last forever. The great design also allows for the buildup to collect on the easily clean glass. That's great if you want to keep your vape clean all the time, or if you want to allow the golden goodness to collect so you can harvest it later. A little pro tip, if you do harvest the stem hash, you can put that or any other concentrate into some 100% cotton and vape that in the air stem with ease. Okay, this is what I liked. It's definitely got the same great heater design as the Solo and the all-glass air path, and you cannot go wrong with that. It's a little bit smaller than the Solo. It's got one button operation, replaceable batteries, which is amazing. The silicone sleeve is nice. It's easy to clean and harvest the goo, and it allows for pass-through use. What I didn't like was that it got a little bit warm without the sleeve. The air stems definitely don't work on the Solo. The Solo glass will work in the air, but it's very, very tight. But they're definitely not interchangeable. The sleeve can offer protection, but it also traps in the heat and the ventilation area, which seems a little bit odd that they didn't put holes there. The top cap connection seems chintzy, and I don't think it's going to last very long. The plastic tip on the shorter stem definitely takes away from its all-glass nature, but it feels more comfortable, so it would be cool if they could create a stem that was a little bit shorter but shaped like that without needing a plastic mouthpiece. And we really wish it had USB charging. That's such a shame. Overall, the Air is an excellent package. It's super well made. The 18650 batteries are very strong and last a long time, and being able to replace them is just absolutely the key to a good marriage. The glass air path makes it taste amazing from moment one. The size is definitely relative to others in the industry and fits really good in the hand. The ARIZER Air is a great vape. It's perfect if it's your first vape or simply a logical upgrade. Should you upgrade from the Solo? I think if you really need the replaceable 18650 batteries, you're going to want this. If you're away from the power grid for periods of time, this might be a worthy upgrade. If you don't own a Solo and you're in the market for a new vape, you will not be disappointed with the Air. Truly a 10 out of 10.